Hey.
Hey, come on in the room. Come on in the room.
Come on in and see
What's going on, good people out there? Hey, welcome to M.V.P.
Giving you a man's viewpoint, and we just want to help you see. We talk real life, no cap, no shade. Truth in the open, no mask, no fade. From love and money to faith and pride, it's a ride through the mind of the other side.
What's going on, good people out there? Hey, welcome to M.V.P. I know some of you will say, oh, most valuable player. No, it's a little different. Man's viewpoint. Yes, a man's viewpoint. Man's Viewpoint is a podcast where hopefully it's going to be a safe space where men can come together. We can openly discuss issues from relationships, mental health, career challenges, personal growth. Hosted by a father. That would be him.
What in the tomfoolery?
That would be a father and son team. And at some point, along with the first group of men from Marriage Bank, it's a podcast that should provide an authentic and raw perspective on topics often overlooked or misunderstood. It sounds like we aim to empower men to share their truths and offer women.
It's the M.V.P.
That's it.
Period.
We like those. We love those.
Yes, indeed. Most indubitably so. Inside look into the male perspective, fostering understanding, creating meaningful dialogue across both communities. That was pretty well written.
Where'd he get that out?
I wrote that.
I love it.
That was pretty good. I put my heart and soul in that. But welcome. I am one of your hosts. My name is Tony Smith. I am a 57-year-old retiree from Tampa Fire Rescue and also from Hillsborough County Public Schools. I'm a county executive for a home health company here in Tampa. I'm also an author. You're going to hear about that. You're going to hear about it.
The mission statement is a little foreshadowing there. That's what that was.
Hey, come on.
A little something.
Come on. You know, you got to foreshadow sometime. And also a musician. Going to hear about that too.
Jack of all trades.
Enough about me.
Well, keep it going, Tony. I mean, if it's still flowing, let it flow.
We'll be here all night. We'll be here all night. But I'm your co-host, and the other co-host over here, I don't even know this guy. He just walked in here. He on the same shirt like I did, so I was like, hey, come on.
The one and only Taylib Smith. First and foremost, I just wanted to say, man, I appreciate this, man. You had a vision. A lot of people are doing podcasts now, but I feel like this is a special one just because we have the father-son dynamic. A lot of different, just good banter and back and forth. So I want to tip my hat to you on that Tony. That was pretty solid. 25, from Tampa, Florida as well. Current educator. Love them kids, but don't like them kids. But I want all of them to succeed. But just navigating this life as only one can do. One day at a time.
Well, with that being said, I am more than honored to be here at this time on this couch, on this podcast, with you. It's been one of the biggest things that I've look forward to, and I'm just glad that God has made everything come full circle. How about that?
Absolutely.
Here.
Cheers.
Y'all know about that, Uncle Nearest. We'll talk about that later. But get back to the podcast. We hope that the things that we talk about will educate, inspire, give you some knowledge on, and like he said, two perspectives. I'm a little more seasoned.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
Living that.
I remember that.
I don't like when old people don't like to say they old. 45 and up.
Nah,
45 and up. That's the cutoff.
That's seasoned, man. So because I ain't a YN, you.
Nah.
You know
Who taught
what?
you that?
I'm not a YN.
Who taught you that?
Am I Unc?
No, you passed on status.
I'm past Unc status
I
too.
mean, I think this generation has and we going a little bit off, but it's okay. I think this generation has a blurred perspective on age. I think 40s and 50s, that's an amazing time. I don't think that it's too old. You are old, don't get me wrong. When we're looking at, everything as a collective. But I think 40s and 50s, man, especially in today's age, it's a blessing to be able to get there.
Indeed, man. Indeed. And I must say, I'm just thankful to be able to get here because,
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
All right. With that being said, that's a little pregame for y'all. You see what I did there? I did the MVP, but, little pregame for you. We're going to get into the locker room. Today's topic, we wanted to keep it nice and breezy because Father's Day is right around the corner. So today's topic, we're going to talk about some memories.
Let's do it.
Some memories, some Father's Day memories. So we're going to talk about some happy memories that you may have, or hopefully. All right. Yeah, he about to get.
Nah,
It's
I'm
like
not even gonna violate. I'm not gonna violate.
happy
This is the first
memory.
episode.
Maybe a funny memory.
Yeah.
Sad memory.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna talk about one thing or things you would like to say. Thank you to your dad.
So it's not like this episode is dedicated to you.
Well, no, it's dedicated to dads, man. So when when you get that honor,
For sure.
you
And will.
but
Yeah.
finish doing what you're doing first.
Absolutely.
Because I tell you, this
I can't even do
raising
it.
children ain't for the weak and hard. I'm telling you, good googly moogly. Hey, Layla. That's my daughter. But anyway, we're gonna talk about those things right there, Father's Day. Happy memory. So out there, hopefully you can remember or you have happy memories.
Yeah,
of your
but
father.
if you don't mind, before we dive into that, 'cause it's a very heavy thing I like to say when it comes to just thinking about happy moments, funny moments, sad moments. But I would like to ask you, with being a father and Father's Day approaching, what is that like for you in the sense of what was it like becoming a father, and what is it like now to be able to kind of sit back and see what you've raised in a sense? Not that parenting is ever done. There's always things that need to be done, or as long as you're living and you're striving, you're always a parent to your child. But as a person who is on that latter side of life,
He keeps trying to call me
as a person, and I think this is a great question because you have me, but then you also have Layla, who kind of is keeping you young, and you get to see it from a different perspective. So what is that like for you as a dad, as a father?
Wow, that's a good question. So just to kind of put this out here, there's a 10-year difference between him and my daughter. So which, kind of comes into play answering that question. Wow. Woo.
Take your time. Take your
I didn't know
time.
we was
Take your
going,
time.
you coming out the gate a little raw.
I mean,
I thought
it's
you
Father's
knew we
Day
was
though.
I said,
It's the
happy
Father's
memory.
Day episode.
Well, for me, when I found out that I was gonna be a father, and he trying to make somebody cry on the first episode.
Nah.
It ain't gonna.
We do need the views though.
It ain't gonna.
So if a couple tears fall out, I ain't mad at it. But I ain't asking for that though. I didn't ask you for that. I just want the perspective.
So wow. Okay, so for you guys to understand my answer, I got to give you a little background, whatever. I was adopted, and So I grew up not knowing who my biological father was, and that was, that was a problem for me. Um, I won't say it was a problem. Well, yeah, it was a problem.
We being real now. We ain't sugarcoating.
It was a
We ain't gotta
problem
sugarcoat
just
it.
because of, well, there was just so many questions. Like, what was wrong with me? Um, why, why did my daddy want to stay around? So there were a lot of questions with that. And so I will be honest with you. My promise to myself was, I said, if I ever have children, and especially a son, that I would never make him feel that. I never wanted him to feel, or you to feel, or have those questions about if you were wanted, if you were supposed to be here, uh, love for you, care for you, all of those things. So I made that promise to myself early. So when I found out that I was having a boy, I immediately said to myself, even from the picking of your name, so to speak, that you were going to be the cycle breaker, and that I was going to pour everything I could into you so that you would be the cycle breaker. Um, yeah. So with that, and I always tell you this, I tell you this at birthdays, I always say, man, you saved my life. Um, because at the time, I had a job, and I was working and whatnot, but my I don't think I was in a really good mental place in the sense of just really being serious about life, um, about preparing for the future, because hey, it's just been me, yeah, no purpose. Exactly. So you bought that to me, and for me to keep my word, as far as making sure that you felt loved and needed, I knew that I had to change some things in my life. So I always say, hey man, I might have given you life, but you gave me life.
Well said, Tony. You're welcome for that.
So it's been, man. I can't. It's
been a journey.
It's been. I will honestly say I would not take. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it all over again. You know, I've learned a lot. You taught me a lot, but I also have learned probably more about myself from you than I have from my own self, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So fatherhood for me has been a joy. Um, Even with Layla, that's a whole different realm of fatherhood that I think a piece that I needed, because, to be complete, and definitely she's pushing.
She completing it.
Hey, she done what she supposed to do. Period. Pooh. Period. Pooh. But fatherhood for me, my adopted father, and I just use that word for you guys so you can kind of understand. But that was my dad. I call him dad. That's my dad. His name was Frank Smith. And I always say, any man who takes on another man's seed and raises him as his own, that's, just seeing, the responsibility of raising you and raise somebody else's seed, man, I have so much respect for that man, because he definitely made me the man that I am. Tony.
Damn.
Shout out Granddaddy for sure.
Yeah, man. That cat, man, he was the most mild-mannered guy, man. I can only remember, I think 2 times my dad whipped me.
I said the same thing about you.
All right. Well,
we ain't
don't put that out here on these people, because I know you finna mess up my
the statute of limitation.
You finna mess up
it's funny you
my
said
reputation, because boy, I used to bring the smoke.
I always said that, because people who do know who you are and they know your personality, I think that they think that you like Joe or somebody. What's the not Joe? What's his name on Color Purple that was beating
Color Purple Harpo.
Harpo. They used to think you was Harpo or something, but no, I can only think of maybe once, maybe twice where you've never been a very hands-on when it. But also, I was a great son as well, so I have to put that out there as well. I think it was a combination
to
of
my generation.
Just being such a great son.
That little dog with my pooh, hey Willie. Yeah, right.
Just me being such a great son.
But you know what? In all seriousness, I will say this. I will agree to that, and I will say your mother and I, because I didn't do this alone.
Mama.
We were blessed. I never had to come get you out of jail. I never had to come get you out the trap house.
And I took pride in that, man. Not to cut you off or nothing like that, but yeah, especially when you get older and you see, how other people choose to live their life, or you see the mistakes that people in your age group make. It's like, man, I took pride. I still take pride in never having to call you from no jail phone. Never having.
Cause I won't answer. Who that? Collect. Hey, well, you call me Collect from jail, boy. Some stuff I used to say, hey, you gonna do all that time. Ain't gonna be no bail. Man, I'm not putting up my house. I done taught you well, and we done taught you the rules. We done taught you to put the fear of God in you, and then you gonna call me talk about something. Hey, Pop, who is Pop? I don't know him. Who is this guy you named Pop? But in all seriousness, man, I am very proud of who
I appreciate that.
you have become, and for real, man, I thank God for our relationship. I thank God for protecting and enabling me to provide for you. We have caviar and ribeye steaks.
They make a turd though.
Yeah, they make a turd. We make a turd, and we weren't losing no weight around here. So
I appreciate that.
I can't, from like I said at the beginning of your name, Taylib, which means seeker of knowledge and truth. I have seen you, you do that, and you've done some things that I couldn't do or I didn't do, and that's what it's all about. I feel like every dad wants their son to be better than them, and if they don't, then that's the issue. So I don't know if I answered your question, boy. We
kind of got, but
we kind of went all around like the children of Israelites.
I don't think
40 years, boy, went around in that desert, but. So
I appreciate you, man. Sticking through the highs and the lows. It's never a job that is done, I feel like, on your behalf, just because as a parent you're always going to be a parent. But I just appreciate the constant support, and just
and it's a hard kind of thing too, because you got to let go.
Yeah.
You want to let go. and you wanna, I didn't. People used to ask me, "Hey, why you didn't name him Junior?" Hey, because I wanted him to blaze his
thank you for
own
not doing
trail.
Tony Jr. is crazy.
Whatever,
That is crazy.
My name is.
It's too common to have a junior. Like,
but I did think about
Tony
that, and I was
Jr.
like, nah, I want him to, have his own identity. And my father was a junior, and then
I don't even know if you know the answer to this question. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off. But why didn't he name you Junior? Because you were his first. When he adopted you, that was the first child, right?
Yeah, but I think my name was.
Oh, you already had your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, thank the Lord. Because Frank Jr. Well, and you know what's so funny? He did name, your uncle Frank after him, the third. So, I'm glad. So we both escaped.
Not escape, damn.
We both escaped the junior foolishness because, I don't look like no Frank.
You look like a Frank.
Nah. Hey, get off my dad's name.
You can pass as Frank. You can pass as a Frank.
Name. Nah, I don't look like no Frank. But yeah, so it's I will say, parenting. It is a for all the parents out there, man. It's a 24/7 job. If you if nothing else, you're wearing or you're thinking and you're just you just want the best. And so, but yeah, man. So I hope that I answered that question. You done got us all up. I don't even know what to say right now, but I'm gonna go to my.
You gonna start us off with the?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to my happy memory. And I have a lot, really. My dad. Your granddad was really. He was mild-mannered, man. He what I know now that I didn't see then, that Dad was he was definitely a people person. Like he was like I'm a account executive and I'm in marketing, and you were a marketing major, but his way with people, was I used to get mad when I was hanging with him because I was like, oh man, he's so corny. He's talking too much.
You think your dad was corny?
Well, I was like, man, but now that I look back, man, he could make people feel better. Like he just knew what to say. He'd crack a joke or he would say something funny but he definitely was that guy that now that I look back, I was like, wow, man, he was definitely a people person, like the real kind of people. I mean, he wasn't fake and phony. I mean, he
genuinely wanted.
He genuinely wanted to, make people feel better and whatever. So I have a lot of happy memories, man. I think maybe one of the most happy memories. So it was my 9th grade year, and I was playing football for the first time. Never touched the ball. Never played football. Didn't play Little League because we had to go to church every day, all day, 365.
Hallelujah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, we had.
Praise Him.
It was, hallelujah. But so I forged my mom's signature. She thought I was after school with band practice, but I was actually football. But anyway, it was the first game, and shout out to the Turkey Creek Gobblers one time, Turkey Creek Gobblers, and it was I remember the play, 27 power.
Not the play.
27 power.
Call it like how they called it in the huddle.
27 power. 27 power. On 2. Ready? Now, I didn't even know what to do. So I asked my childhood friend, Reggie Gray, who is one of my best friends. He was a he was the fullback, and Reggie was a football phenom. I mean, he was just, he was synonymous with touchdowns. So we break in the huddle, and I say, Reggie. I said, hey, man, that's me, right? I was the two-back, 27 power. I mean, two-back outside, the seven hole or outside. You're like, yeah, man, you going to get the ball and run over there. I'm like, my guy, they can hear you.
Cause say you need to know the play. Where the playbook at?
Hey, this is my first time, man.
You messing up his touchdown.
So heated, man. So, yeah, I mean, loud too. Man, you gonna get the ball and run over there. So I'm looking over there, and they like, yeah. I was like, man, God knows. So I got the ball.
Who y'all was playing? I'm sorry.
Who was playing McLean Middle School.
Wow, okay.
And man, I got the ball, and I remember getting the ball, getting to the corner. And I got on the corner, and then I looked to the inside. I was on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think their uniforms were gold and blue. Maybe no, that's us, gold and blue. But it was gold. But I just saw a sea of gold and white coming towards that side. Well, I closed
what you did, Tony?
I closed my eyes. Bro, I just closed my eyes, bro. And I know I was praying, but I just closed my eyes and just kept running.
Mm.
Next thing I know, I'm in the end. Well, I'm running. Ain't nobody touched me yet. So I kind of open my eyes, squint my eye. I look to the sideline. Guess who running down? You know how the track is by the football field.
No, not granddaddy.
Man.
For real? First game? So he knew that you forged the signature? Or he didn't know none of that? He just came.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was for mama. My mama didn't want me to play football. Man, my daddy was running top speed.
Wow. This is at y'all home? This is at
McLean? At our home, Turkey
Okay.
Creek Field. My daddy running top speed along with me on the sideline, man. And I look over there, I'm like, oh my God, it's my daddy. Man, we get in the end zone. My daddy all in the end zone, bro. That cat was all in the end zone, man. I wasn't even mad at him, man, but I was just relieved, man, them boys didn't kill me, because, boy, I didn't know what was going to happen. But that's probably that was
hell of speed on you.
Yeah, he had a little speed on him. I couldn't believe he was running that fast. I was like, God damn, daddy got some wheels, man. But yeah, that's one of my happiest memories, man. He was so proud of me, like, you know, after that game, he was just like, man, you hit that corner, man. Y'all, my daddy used to stutter, man. He used to stutter.
Well, we not shit.
Especially when he got excited. You hit that corner. So,
and he is not exaggerating at all.
Man. People think I'm exaggerating. I'm not.
Hey, I got a funniest memory though. It wasn't funny at the time though. So it took a couple years for it to be funny, to be completely honest with you. And you know exactly what I'm about to say. Well, you don't, but once I bring it up, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. In elementary school at Potter Elementary, 3rd grade. Now, like I said, I was a great kid, like never had no real disciplinary issues. My mama worked at the elementary school I was at, so it wasn't like I was running wild anyway. So I say all that is just to give you a little context of why it wasn't funny until probably like a couple years ago. So I'm in the 3rd grade. These J's just came out. I don't even know what the Jordans was. I can't even think of what number it was, but I just got them. Just got the J's. He bought me the J's. Talking about some, don't let these shoes be a distraction.
What I say?
But mind you, they ain't a distraction. I'm just trying to make sure they stay clean. That ain't. I'm still getting to work. But anyway, so something had happened. I don't know what I did. He can't even tell you what I did. But something happened or whatever.
Let me tell you what you did. The teacher called me. They said you wasn't doing no work. All you was doing was wiping them shoes. She was capping.
And Miss McClooney, if you ever see this, Miss McClooney, you know you was wrong for that. Because you know that anyway. So we So I got the shoes on, vibing. It's a great day or whatever. And then out of nowhere, I just hear a knock on the door, like, and I see my dad. I'm like, oh, hold on. You start to check, like, well, I know I ain't did this, I ain't did that. That boy came in that room, had some Walmart. No, where you got the shoes from?
Man, I ain't go to Walmart. Well, I went to the no, it wasn't even the Salvation Army. It was a thrift store somewhere on Nebraska. I was at Station 7.
Been thrifting.
Yeah.
Been thrifting. Man, that man came in there with them
I don't even know what they was.
Walkman 3s. I say there's no way. And mind you, the whole class, it ain't like he said, Taylib, come here, let's come outside.
No, sir.
He done came in the class.
You gonna climb?
He looked at me, said, go ahead and take them off. Take them off right there. So I'm like, so I take off the shoes, man. This man throw me the Walkman 3s, man. I'm like, man, I can't even, they tight. I can't even fit them for real. Like, but man, looking back on that was probably one of the funniest moments, like, ever to me.
Man, I was like, okay, I told him, don't let these shoes get you in trouble. Man, I got them shoes. Hey, and I'm at work. I'm on the ambulance.
I took off work. It's crazy.
Man, I drove the ambulance up there. I was like, let me get them.
I don't even think you went with the fire department yet? I don't think.
I went with the fire department?
I don't think so.
Oh, well.
This is like,
I got there, though.
I might have did like the next year or something. I don't think you was on the fire department yet. Not yet.
Yeah, that went funny.
But like I said, it just got funny probably like 2 years ago. Hey, I'm just not recovering, to be completely honest. It wasn't funny for a long time.
Mental health was...
Yeah, mental health is real.
I was like, no, sir, what we ain't gonna do. Not over no shoes.
Hey,
not over no shoes. But, okay. Let me go to, you know what? We ain't gonna even do the saddest member. You know, we're gonna keep
I think we
need to do it.
I mean, we ain't gotta cry. It ain't gotta be the saddest. This.
Okay, one of my sad memories.
We gotta keep it authentic though.
I think, was watching my dad as he was trying to cope with his wife, my mom, having cancer. And seeing her decline, that was I think that took such a toll out of him, man. Mm-hmm. And there was so much other stuff going on, at that time. The house wasn't what it needed to be, and, finances wasn't what they needed to be. And now that, I'm older and grown, that weight, bro, had to be
enormous.
Oh my God. Now that I look back at
Meanwhile, she yelling, go get me some crab legs. She don't care about none of that.
Yeah, right. I want some crab legs. And he find a way to go get them, man. But, being on the other side of that and just watching him and being with him, and seeing how that took a toll out of him. Like, I really believe that, that took years off his life.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because that was a rough time, bro. That was a real rough time. So, and he stuck in there, man, and he did the best that he could, and but yeah, I think that was one of my saddest memories about that. So.
Man, saddest memory. I think probably for me, and it wasn't that sad because you tell that joke all the time. You was like, "Daddy, I'm finna get 2 Christmases." when you and Mom, I guess, finally decided to and you was like, I guess you was having a moment yourself, and I came outside and was like,
that was sad.
"Daddy, I'm finna get 2 Christmases."
Because that kind of goes back.
Run me my presents, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get.
So I'm gonna have 2 rooms.
Yeah, I'm about to
have 2 Christmases.
Hey, look, I indeed did not get 2 Christmases. It did not work out like that at all.
That goes back to the beginning of what we talked about, where my promise, I just felt like, man, I was losing. I was letting you down. Like, that was never in my plan, to not raise you, as a unit. Yeah. So, that was a sad day for me, man.
But again, I had to tip my hat because, man, in a situation like that, it's so easy to kind of just fade a little bit or not pick up the pieces in a sense where it's like, okay, yeah, it's divorced or whatever, but I'm still going to be, or even just you and mom still being able to come together and still be parents and still be on one accord. I think, like I said, I have to tip my hat to y'all because oftentimes, people get divorced or they split and then the child kind of just suffers because there's no camaraderie between, I said it right?
Yeah,
between the parents. Yeah. I think that's so important that, even though, that relationship might have ended or that marriage may have ended, you still have a child together, that still needs to be raised. So, but yeah, I'd probably say that's the saddest moment. We don't really have too many sad moments, man. I'm blessed to say that, every time we get together, it's a lot of laughter, a lot of laughter, and it gets serious sometimes.
Yeah. It gotta be a flip. You gotta flip it every now and then to keep it honest.
But nah, yeah, I said that.
Well, look, man. We I'm gonna be honest. We kind of went over our time as how we wanted to do things, and that's good because the conversation
was organic.
Was good. So, trying to just bring this thing and wrap it up. I'm gonna just say out there, make memories. If you're a father, you're out there, make memories. Try to make happy memories. More happy memories than sad memories, but make memories, do those things. I know as a father, man, I got caught up, working and that type of thing, but, you got to take your time and you got to spend it with your children as much as you can. And I'm still, learning how to do that. But, you got to make those memories so that, hey, when I'm gone, he has some memories. Definitely, my dad left me some memories. So I'm going to just say out there, do what you can, make some memories.
Be present.
Live in the moment. Give Father's Day due, man. Y'all,
the real father.
Do something, man. Y'all be giving us these ties and these socks, and we don't want that. Give us something that we really. Hold up that bottle right now. Oh, let me plug Uncle Nears. Hey, Uncle Nears, 1856, an award-winning blend of 8 to 14-year-old barrels, bottled at 100% proof. This premium whiskey is astonishing smooth, perfect for sipping neat on the rocks or in your favorite whiskey cocktail. Uncle Nears, 1856 is a must for any whiskey connoisseur. Here. But definitely, hey, you can reach us Instagram. What is it?
M.V.P._podcast.
You got that.
M.V.P._podcast.
And we're on Facebook as MVP podcast. We'll be getting more social media. We'll get our YouTube channel up
and running.
Hey, we just wanted to get this thing started. We're so glad that you're here with us. Like I said, we're going to be having some really great topics. And hey, guess what? We're going to be doing this weekly, Taylor.
I'm excited.
All right. So we want to thank you guys for joining. We'll see you next week, next Sunday here. It's MVP. Man's Viewpoint.
Come on,
all right, y'all take care. God bless. Shout out to all the alphas out there. Clark Atlanta Alpha 5 one time.
42.
We talk real life, no cap, no shade. Truth in the open, no mask, no fade. From love and money to faith and pride, it's a ride through the mind of the other side.